Hey, everybody. Welcome. So, this is going to be, I was supposed to do this yesterday on the actual third month, third day portal. Uh, Never did get my crap together in time. So, definitely finding like the theme of this video and for March, from what I'm seeing, is going to be um, taking this. It's a good long month. That's the first thing. But like the eclipse portal is coming up. April 8th. So that gives us a full, almost 5 weeks um, to really get our poop in a group because I don't think, it's not that things are going to hit the fan, but I think it's really going to amp up in that eclipse portal. There's going to be a lot of energy coming. Everything that I've been time to just slow down, take a breath, and start getting in. It's more important though that it's not that we're not doing anything and just resting. It's still working on keeping our vibration high and our alignment. So a couple of things that when I was researching that came up is it's really about slowing down and taking time to connect the dots before the eclipse. And right now, the outside world, there's lots of stuff going on, and we're getting lots of new information and new things. So it's being able to be aware enough that we're putting all these puzzle pieces together, because it is going to be important as we head into more energetic times. So it is I don't want to call it a storm that's coming, but it's going to be more intense energy. So again, like I've kind of said this the last couple of week reads, is it's the universe is giving us a chance to play catch up, and so we're still working on things, but it's like the thing that we're really working on is our energy, and building up our armor, so to speak, so that when we face the storm, we're ready for it, right? If we knew, let's take a hurricane, for example, or even a tornado, it doesn't matter which energy of that is, as those are coming in, you go places where they're common and they board up the windows, and we prepare for sheltering in place and that kind of thing. So it's really a good idea to we are physically being asked to kind of take care of those things and make sure we're in a good place, energetically, especially. So, March also is like a little bit of we kind of need to pay attention again to our body. And it's more about listening to our heart, and getting out of our head. I know that's sometimes a really tough one, right? Because especially as a bunch of information and disclosure and things is coming in, we want to calculate that all out, and the who, what, where, when, why, and do all that. And I think it's more important just to kind of, again, be in that observer mode and making sure that we're conserving our energy. We're not wasting it on things that aren't really serving us. So I heard this really good quote. I was so mad because I didn't come up with this. But it was, your energy is your currency in the new earth. So just a little thing to put there, right? It's it's not about the current systems we have. Energy is the new currency. So we need to spend this month getting it to peak performance, right? Investing in ourselves, right? If we're going to use some currency terms, we're going to invest in ourselves. We're going to do the self-love, the self-care, the self-work. Slow down, see things from the bigger picture. But let's just see too, what the cards have to say. It's interesting. So let's do first, we're going to do I just want to do an overall card for the month of March. So this is the read for the overall month. We'll still be doing the weekly energy reads because, of course, as we go, energy shifts and change, events shift and change, and so it can totally uh, move things around on us. We just want to do a double check. But let's get the overall currency. I need to see that. The overall theme for March. So first up, we have the High Priest. I think, didn't we get that last week? I don't know. The High Priest. I am transcendent of time and space. Yeah, it's kind of like it is the slowdown, right? It's like it's almost getting us to transcend time and space. Um, when I'm just looking up at the calendar, right? And it's like everything has been moving at breakneck speed lately. Like it's like, how is it already March? And like it just seems like you just blink and it's the end of the month. I don't feel like March is going to feel like that, and in a good way. So I feel like it's going to, that large chunk of days is awesome because it's going to give us a lot of time to really work on ourselves. But the challenge is that we do that work, that we don't just go pay it lip service and then we hit eclipse and it's like, well, why is this so hard? Like, why is this so hard right now? So we're being given a reprieve and a chance to take care of ourselves and get ourselves ready. So what that mean, weekly, that could mean different things. Well, that's why we'll keep reading the cards weekly. But let's see. So we're just pretending that I'm doing this on the 3rd yesterday. Like I said, all portals and all energy zones are supercharged all the time right now. So I'm going to do 3 portal cards for the month of March. What the overall March madness is all about. Yeah. And there's always going to be, everything's going to be changing on the outside. I feel like it's almost like it's not even the calm before the storm. It's like we're almost at the eye of the storm. So everything around us is whipping around us, and we're in that calm center. So it's like, take a breath and get ready because the rest of the storm is going to hit. So, and it's not in a bad way. Like anytime we say storm, everybody panics and they're like, oh my God, it's going to be awful. And that's not what we mean. It's just that, like, we know this is gearing up, the shift and the change and everything. It's coming. Like nothing can stop what's coming. But like we got this little blessing of a time for March of time and space. We're being given time and space. So use that time and space wisely is what I'm being told. I'm the worst one for that. Yeah, I got to get my crap. Poop in a group. I have saying poop and stuff a lot today. Okay. What are the overall themes for March here? Arcturian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, and future thinking. Yeah. So this is just really a month where they're asking us to first of all, anytime we're getting downloads and upgrades, so whether we they're subtle and we don't sense them, or we feel them, like the Schumann explodes and we have, headaches and we're thirsty or dry, like all those things, ear ringing, all of those things. So if again, it's asking us to be in a place where these downloads are going to come no matter what. So just make sure you're prepared and spend this time, like you've got a lot of time to integrate it and allow it to happen. So this is like the evolution of ascension. So it's better to let these things come in, right? Than to be like blocking them or like, I don't have time for this. Okay, we also got Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. Funny, the word grace has come up a couple times today too. So I think it's just grace for me is like, it's just like it is living in that state of like, it's almost like the word peace and grace kind of go hand in hand. And it's just that we're at a point where we can just observe calmly, to, integrate, take in the information. There's nothing stressful about this. We'll treat March as like a retreat and just know that we're getting the upgrades and things are happening. It's one of those things they're really saying too, is like, we don't have to, there's not a lot of work we need to do. Like, we're not out there going on these big, if you want to, these big journeys and these big, definitely healing retreats and all of that. It's like just being focused on us allowing the upgrades that are already coming in. And so how we do that is we do that in a state of rest, and we're not in a panic, and we're not in fear, and we're not, trying to manipulate and move and change things. We're just allowing. Surrender, right? Surrender is a great word for the month of March. And the last one, the portal of this month is Halls of Learning, Spirit Guides, Confirmation, and Great Lessons. And that came in right at 11:11 on the marker there. So yeah, we're still in that process of, we're learning new things. We're expanding our consciousness, raising our vibration, our frequency, our energy as the planet raises its vibration, frequency, and energy. And so, yeah, I'm just definitely getting that whole don't force anything. I found like the last couple of weeks, like I'll get a project done, but it'll take me 3 days to do one project. Whereas before I would be like, it's got to get done, and I would like power through it. And even this weekend, I was just like, I need more time to just kind of sit in, not silence necessarily, but I've read a book, I've read some stuff, and just lay on my bed and watch it was snowy here and it was too cold to go out anyway. So just watching the snowfall and just being at peace, at ease, and in grace. Like, I really think this is our month to do that. So, all right. I'm going to pull 3 of these. This is a new deck, and I've kind of been on the fence about it, but that's why I'm using it, because I'm like, I want to know what this means. All right, let's look at the energies of the month through this. Okay. Yeah. 1 second here. Let me get these other ones first. Oops. Okay. So, we've got a couple things here. Okay, first up is Lady Venus. We think we had her last week. Light activation, call to action, power surge, earth mission. Yeah, so again, just repeating to us that, things are in the middle of changing, and we're getting these upgrades and downloads. And so it's really important for us to allow them to come in. So we also got Guru Ram Das, which is miraculous moment. Harmony surrounds you, expect miracles. It's interesting because that's sort of like one of those things too, where it's asking us again to really be working on the manifestation of things. So, which is funny because we also got Horus, which is manifestation vortex. Belief makes manifest, thoughts attract and create. So yeah, and like I said, so when we go back to what I said at the beginning about our energy is our currency in the new earth. So do we want to be a rich person there? And by rich, I mean rich in love and life and laughter and all of that. So we're still doing the work of like daydreaming and manifesting. That's still super important as we're raising our frequency and all of that. So for the month of March, it's not like rest and do nothing. It's like rest. It's doing work, but I feel like it's like asking us to do the work in a nice, soft, subtle manner. And it's like, okay, we got lots of time. You got lots of time. So the project for the month is your energy level and you. And that's the thing, is like that, as a human being in these little clay meat suits or whatever you call them, we have to pay attention to the things that like deplete our energy. So sleep and, um, substances and food and all of that. So we still have to be conscious and aware of that stuff, and doing the best we can to just, really be taking care of ourselves. So I think a lot of this month is just, yeah, lots of fine tuning, recalibrating. Yeah, but doing it in the most sort of like, I don't want to say it almost, the word laissez faire just came to my head, but it's like, it's not like nonchalant, is kind of more of the word I'm looking for. It's like, it's just, it's not something we have to do this heavy duty dark nights of the soul and that kind of work for the month. It's just taking each day and even just doing like, tuning in for 5 minutes a day, taking a breath. Like, we don't, I just noticed this morning, I was like, I'm not really like breathing well. Like, I feel like I'm going through my day and it's almost like, have you taken a deep breath lately? Like, and just really let it calm and wash over your body. Like, the best thing, honestly, is just, yeah, sit there, 3 breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. It takes 2 minutes tops. Um, we're not asking for the deep manifestation or the deep meditation. Well, but you can be doing that stuff, but like, really just, yeah, like I could just keep looking at the days. It's like, they're like, you've got lots of time. It's not like, though, like, you've got lots of time, so don't start today. Yeah, I'll start it tomorrow. I'll start it tomorrow. You'll say that for the rest of the month and we'll not do it. So we want to start it today and we want to get going and we want to utilize that number of days before we head into that eclipse portal. All right, let's take a quick look at this. I don't know why I chose this, but when I drew a card to see if this was the right deck, it came up with rest. So we'll see. Yeah. Oh, I've never had that one before. Okay, this is the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. First up is the Bloom, which is creations realized, right time, harvest, and celebrate. Yeah, that's something to be said too, because I feel like it's like we're not starting anew right now. Like, although, like, astrologically, we're heading into Aries season, which is the start of the astrological new year. It was funny because when I was thinking about this video, I was like, it's funny, like, we should maybe, you know, this could be counted as the new year. I feel like we always have a lot of chances. We have like the Gregorian New Year where we're like, you know, intentions, manifestations, resolutions, whatever you do. And then I always use Chinese New Year as the start, and we're like the Lunar New Year is the actual, like, closer to the real calendar of life. And so I always say that's another opportunity to start something new. So the astrological New Year is also that kind of energy. So I'm sure we'll cover like Aries season um, as part of the weekly reads, but just really, take this time. Like, it's never too late, right? It's like, if you've blown these last 2 months out of the water or just like ignored them completely, um, it's fine. It's like I said, I feel like March is a gift to us, a gift of time and space for us to sit back, relax, and check it out, and see the things we need to. It's not even improve upon, but it's like that we need to incorporate into this process of manifestation of our energy and where we're headed. So yeah, but oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Totally got off topic there. The bloom. This is like we're harvesting things we've already done. We've already been doing this work for like 2, 3, 4 years. There is something to show for it. We're here at this moment now. And I'm just thinking of like people that I've seen in the last, couple months that have just really woken up and just been like, oh my God, there's more, there's so much more to this. And they've really dived in. And it's like, we're being rewarded now with those previous things that we were manifesting are starting to really come into fruition. So celebrate those, enjoy those. Keep doing your work though, right? Okay, we also got the Wild Rose, which is do it your way. Embrace your uniqueness. That's twice for the uniqueness. Untamed. Yeah, I guess it's just like, it's one of those things. It's like, um, yeah, start to show your unique soul and spirit and letting that come out. And how do you do that? Um, it's a whole new space and time for us. So like, to, we're being asked to show ourselves and our soul in very different ways than we ever have before. So it's just time to kind of like open up and show and celebrate. Okay, yeah. This is the perfect card, and I was gonna maybe read some others, but I might just sum it up with this, because this is the overall theme for March. We just got it. The Holy Grail, which is stop the endless searching. Move into the inner quest. Yeah, that's exactly what March is. It's like, stop seeking out there for the answers. I got to take this class. I got to go here. I got to read this book. I got to watch this podcast. I have to follow this. And it's like, you've done the work. It's like, you've done as much work as you can. Now take all that information in March internally and start to build where we're headed from here. Because the time of like, like say we're building a house, the time of us searching the internet and finding all the materials and the people to do it, and that's done. We've got that done. We've done that. The house is built. It's pretty much decorated, and now is the time that we're gonna like have an open house, or we're going to have a party and show it off. Have a housewarming. Yeah, there's very little seeking left to do, is what I'm being told. So don't, unless you're really feeling really behind and you just don't feel like you have the answer. I'm just being told, the more we go within this month, you will realize you already have it. It's the Wizard of Oz scenario. It's like, we're going to end this movie right at the beginning, because it's like, you realize, oh wait, I've had the power all along. Time to go home. Click those heels together. All right. Yeah, I feel like that's probably the best place to end this. I have some other decks here I was going to read from for the month. I am going to read these 3. These are just the single word cards. Let's just get 3 single words for the overall month, and we will leave it right there. So these are the Hawaiian. Oh, interesting. That flipped out before, and I wasn't gonna read it. Okay, I just need to read this because this is like part of the Hawaiian shamanism. Yeah. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So the first card, it's kind of hard to see, is I'm going to say this, Manawa. Manawa. Yeah, that would be how you say it, I think. Which is the goddess of the wind. Now is the moment of power. It's exactly what we just said. Now is we have everything we need. It's time for us to step into our power. So you may do that at the beginning of March. You may do it closer to the end, right before eclipse season. But it's okay. You're already ready. And I know we're there's a lot of hesitation, because it's like, no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And I'm like, it's hard deep down inside. That's maybe your homework for March, is go deep down inside and find that belief and be like, oh no, we are ready. I'm okay. I'm going to read this one first. We got patience. But what I think is really interesting here is that it's a clock, right? So it's just about, this is a process we're going through. it is about slowing down and having patience and listening for that answer of, am I ready? Is there anything else I need to do? It's really about getting quiet and listening to yourself, the inner work, right? It's no longer, relying on the external, even like me, to like tell you that you're ready. Like you're ready. But you have to learn that for yourself. You have to find that. You have to connect to that reassurance within you. Yeah, kind of fun. All right. The other one we got is tears. Honestly, now this is kind of like a weird way to end this. It's kind of like, but I'm just getting, it's like, let everything flow through us this month, especially on the emotional level. Just letting, it's like basically what it is we're ready for the new. Um, we are going to have to grieve the old. So what I'm getting from March is that it's a good time for us to let these emotions to come out and go, because if we keep them into the eclipse, it's going to be like harsh on us. So it's like, let's start the grieving process now of the old earth and the old way. And like a lot of us are like, me personally, kind of like, good riddance. But we can say that on paper. And then, like, if you've ever been through grief at any point in your life, is that you can be in it for a couple days, a week, a month, 2 years, 10 years. And just when you think you've gotten over it, something will come and like smack you straight in the face, and it will all be there again. So, yeah, it's kind of like, let's shed a tear for the old, and then let's, as we move into this new energy, which I do believe is what the eclipse is really going to bring us, is that acknowledgement, the gift of actually tangibly seeing it, and feeling it. It's more feeling than it is seeing. But so yeah, now would be a good time to kind of pay our respects and our love and our gratitude, have a little cry for old earth, and grieving process, and then lovingly let it go. That's what I think March is for, definitely. All right. Now it still doesn't feel done. I knew it wasn't. But the stop searching. I'm just looking down at that Holy Grail card, and they're like, Kim, stop searching. I'm just going to do one Christ consciousness card, and then we'll leave it. And then I'm going to cut this live, and I'm going to do the week read right away. So once I clear the energy. Yeah, okay, totally. New vintage. Be open-minded. This is like, yeah, like the old energy is moving out and moving on. So, we're creating this new energy coming in. So yeah, like, it's some of the old, it's like anytime, like we'll take some of that with us. We're not leaving everything behind. There's great value. There's great in vintage, right? There's great, particularly if we're speaking of like this woman here, great, wise, older, that's all coming with us. But we need to be open-minded about what the new is. So we are in a definite month of transition all around us, but the most important part, like I said, is getting ourselves attuned in the best, again, energetic form, and like that we can be, and knowing that we already did all the super hard work, so we can kind of, like, it doesn't mean I'm not saying don't take any classes or like don't do that kind of stuff, but just, like if you're really worried about it, really try to find that belief within you that you're already there. You're already doing it. We're already all doing what we're supposed to be doing. Again, we don't know what's coming and what our roles are moving forward, but those sort of answers are coming. We just have to be patient, like the card, and the timing comes when it comes, right? And so that first card, the space and time, awesome. Like we're in this, we're being given this gift in March of space and time to kind of put all the pieces together. I kind of like, it's almost like, I hate to say it, but it's like prepping, but it's spiritual prepping. We're prepping for this big change. So making sure our frequency is good and that we have good coping mechanisms and all of those things as in case the storm kicks up. Like I said, we're kind of battening down the hatches, making sure that even if there is a bit of a storm, we'll be totally fine through it because we're in our best state and our best frame of mind and our best energetic level. All right, so that's the read for March. It's kind of interesting. Do take care of yourself, however that looks to you, and yeah, we'll keep up with the weekly reads, just because, like I said, energy is fluid and things change. But yeah, maybe just take a little bit of time over the next couple days. Yeah, we can shed a quick couple tears for the old and allow them so that we can allow this new in. So, all right, take care of yourself this month. We will see you in the energy reads week to week. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. I love you guys. And I feel like it still doesn't feel like it's like complete. Like this is the first monthly read I've done, but I am going to do them on the portal. Like, so 4/4 will be April, etc. And I may very well for April also do the 1st because it's kind of interesting that Easter falls on April Fool's Day. It's kind of, to me, I think it's interesting. I'm sure there's some sort of portal there too. So, okay, take care of yourselves. I love you, and we will see you just back here in a few minutes if you're watching live for the weekly read for this week. Okay, take care.